Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Hello, everybody. How are you guys? I think this is the second time or maybe third time that I show my face. For those who don't know me, I am Agis Angeli. I am not a dev. I am not a developer. I am the director of RPG Stories and Brave Alice Games. And I'm here with a new friend, a new member of the team, Antigone. She's from Greece. And she's a new member. She will be helping with production, social media, and community. So you will be hearing from her a lot. All right, so
hello to everyone. Actually, I've seen that you were waiting for the devs to appear. Well, it will be us for today. Sorry for that.
The reason that Zotos is not here is because he's working late. He's working a lot every day. And the reason is basically the new campaign, plus the things we're fixing in the app, plus that I make him work. So yeah, this is it. So basically, we've been advertising online and through Facebook the new campaign. And if you've seen any of our ads, you will probably have realized that we are trying to target new audiences, people who are not familiar with RPG stories. So we are basically showing in our ads things that are already in the app and not exactly things that we want to do through the Infinite Worlds campaign. But we decided with Antigone to start streaming once per week, maybe once per 10 days, and break down everything that we promise in the Kickstarter campaign, basically in an effort to explain to all of you, the current users, the current fans, what exactly our plans are. Now, we know that the hardcore fans probably already went to the Kickstarter page and they've seen the posters and they've seen what we are promising and what we want to do. It's been 2 years since our last Kickstarter for RPG Stories. This is the phase 3. And basically what we want to do in one sentence for you guys, for the current users, is to allow you, alongside with us, to create infinite worlds for RPG stories. So we are preparing several features of the ones that we're going to mention are already in the works, and we have demos that we will showcase. We are preparing a series of tools that will allow you, and us, of course, to create user-generated content. So basically, whatever we are able to do with RPG stories in the engine with the code, we are basically breaking it down to little apps that will be working through RPG stories for you to do the things that we do and the things you want to do. And obviously, if you're kind enough to also share these things through Steam Workshop to every user. So that's our basic goal. Obviously, we have other things that we promise that they target mostly new users, like more models, auto room brushes and things like that. But if we break down a little bit the poster that you've seen in the campaign, basically you will see that we want to allow you to upload your own 3D models and audio files. And we will make specific videos for each category. For today, I'll just explain the idea behind each bullet point. But later on, we will also showcase. So by uploading your own 3D models, what we mean is that you will be able to upload 3D models. We will give you the permission to upload whatever you want, hoping that people won't upload things that are super heavy for game-ready engines like RPG Stories, obviously. So you will have a guideline and you will be uploading things. You will be able to share them through Steam Workshop as well. And at the same time, we will allow you to upload audio files. One thing that I want to say about the audio files is this, that yes, the primary reason we're doing this is for you to be able to play online with RPG Stories and at the same time listen to music or play music for your players or to your players. But we also want to make something really fancy. Basically, if I go here, I cannot show it right now. I'll just give an example. Let's say that you have in the 3D scene a fire, like a campfire. You will be able to open the library of your audio, drag and drop the sound onto the fire, and then let's say, as an example, place an area around it. And whenever a player approaches the fire, we'll start listening to that audio that is attached to the fire, which is something we wanted to do a very long time. So that's the plan for that.
So, Agis, about that, will the users be able to upload this kind of objects? I mean, the object plus the audio file to the workshop too, for a user who is not familiar to upload MP3 files?
Yeah, exactly. And that's a very good question, basically, because what we want to point out is that most features in the Infinite Worlds campaign is about user-generated content. But if you back us and if you support us at the same time, even if you don't like that idea that you will be able to create all these things on your own or upload things on your own, you will allow other people to do it, and then you will be able to go to Steam Workshop and start downloading everything. And basically what we're trying to do is, because we are a small team, and even if we were like a huge team, we cannot upload everything within 3 months or 4 months. We keep uploading things for 5 years now, but imagine if the whole community could contribute to that. So basically, this is the very first time that we truly make the step that we've been discussing 5 years now, that we want RPG Stories to become the community's VTT. And at the same time, it's impossible to know what the users want. So we open the gate for everyone to do these things. Now, the second thing is the create your own auto build brushes, which is the main topic of this campaign, of this video, sorry. And we will showcase later on. But I want to explain the next two. We say we will allow you to customize terrains and grounds. So this is something that we know everybody is asking, so it was about time to do it. But I want to explain why this is in the user-generated content category and not just a feature for the VTT. What we're going to do is we will allow you basically in a way to customize these terrains through, for people who know technical things, through noise, basically. You will be able to draw how you would like the terrain to be generated. And then if you're happy with the result, you will be able to share that type of customized terrain with others. So obviously, we will allow a little manual work, but mostly we want to make things easy. So basically, you generate things again and again till you have like a terrain that you like. We will also try to make sure that when this terrain is uneven or it has a lot of hills or a lot of mountains, whenever you place a building, it will reshape automatically the terrain so that the building can sit and match the environment. And we also say, and this is like a very crucial moment because it's something that I learned today, and I called Adioni like a small child cheering. right?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Like a
So,
toddler.
like a toddler, yeah, yeah. So basically, we say that we will allow you to upload PDFs, including character sheets. But that's not the case anymore because doing the experiments we were doing for this feature, it seems that we are moving on with a much bigger feature here. So in this build that I'm in, I have a small demo that I can demonstrate to you about uploading PDF. So if I go to this new button that Zotos added that says create document, I get this pop-up, which basically it's the same as the 2D importer. And let's say I can name this document 5e character sheet. And let's name the character Hurin. And let's say it's fantasy. And let's say for the tags, test. And for the description, infinite worlds follow the campaign.
This
Now,
is a game changer, actually. For
yeah,
everyone
it
is
is.
watching right now or later, it's perfect. Because don't forget, RPG Stories is also a VTT. I mean, the current users already know that. It's
So now I can go here and let's say on desktop and go to my folder with the character sheets and pick Hurin and click save. And I have my character sheet in. Basically, this is a PDF reader. You are able to upload any character sheet. You can resize the window. You can basically do exactly what you could do in a browser to interact with your PDF. So that means basically that we stayed true in the idea that we will allow you to upload PDFs. So here it is, it's already working. We need to do some adjustments, obviously, and especially for sharing through workshop and things like that, because we want people to be able to share these things as well. And now that I saved it, and if I go to the new library, I have several character sheets here already. Obviously, we will allow you to change the thumbnail and things like that. And I can always revisit and reopen it, right? And check my character sheets. Now, when I first saw that, and with Zotos, we are having endless meetings about this campaign, obviously. We were discussing that if we can make these character sheets editable. So for instance, for you guys to go and say, oh, I lost 10 hit points, I'm going to click here and I'm going to reduce my hit points or whatever. And you know how PDFs work. It's pretty much something you need to pay for the PDF to be editable.
editable. Yeah.
And yeah, it's pretty hard. And, you know, we had our back and forth. And at the same time, there are so many games the TTRPG community is playing. You can't cover every single character sheet. And at the same time, we felt it wouldn't be nice if we go with our own UI and recreate each character sheet on our own. So we realized that we are able to go another way, which I'm going to demonstrate now. Same process, create document. I'm going to name this stream wow moment. Let's call it fantasy. Let's say follow the campaign, because I'm going to say it. Follow the link. Say these things. Follow the link. Come on, Adigoni.
Yeah, I'm gonna share that now on chat, no worries.
Share it now. So yeah, follow the campaign that is called Infinite Worlds. And we believe that what I'm going to show you is a game changer for RPG stories. Now, here that says document location and it says local, we give you the ability to go online.
Drum roll.
Now, drum roll. So I'm going to bring in a link. You can add any link you want here. And by any link, I mean
Any
Sorry,
link.
I didn't do this correctly. Sorry. Let me go here, bring the proper link. There you go. So you can put here any link and it will open this link to a browser. So basically, you are saving this link as a document to your library and you're able to open it through a browser within RPG Stories, which basically means you can open YouTube, you can open Spotify, you can open any website. Now, obviously for promotional reasons, I'm going to show you something really fast. If I click save, for instance, I got my character sheet from a certain other website that I'm not going to name. It could be any. The difference now with the PDF upload is that now this is a browser, which means you can interact exactly as if you had the browser outside of RPG Stories. And again, that means you can use any web address for that. And this web address stays saved here, which means you can reopen it anytime you want. And be at the same thing and change things and do whatever you want exactly as if you were on your browser. So basically, if you see it in a way, and since you can open any application you're using, you can pretty much have anything you want to play online in RPG Stories without worrying about rule sets or about books or about the story, the module. You can upload your things, you can share them, you can share ideas with other players and play online.
And
And use.
also, I guess, sorry for interrupting,
Yeah,
you can
fine.
have multiple windows of those documents, either local or online. I mean, a DM needs the player's handbook, maybe the monster manual, the character sheets, anything.
Yeah, because basically it's a browser. You can do anything you want, and at the same time use our collection of dice, which, as you guys know, we already support most of the games, and like from Hero Quest to Alien, or I'm not gonna name this, but Galaxy Fight dice, and obviously D&D, Cypher, and all these things. By the way, we've proven in the past, if you really want a certain type of dice, meaning from a specific game, just feel free to let us know and give us the information. It's pretty easy for us to include it in our pipeline and at some point implement them. But after this huge thing that I really wanted to share it because it was a surprise even to me, like Zotos called me and said, I've uploaded a new build, go and check it. Obviously, you don't have access to it because it's part of the campaign and it's still in the works. And we have to connect this thing with the Steam Workshop and it will take a long time. But it's a game changer and we are so proud and so happy about it. Now, let's go to the promise that you will be able to create your own auto build brushes, which is the main thing we want to show here. We want to spend the next 30 minutes showing you around our auto build brushes tool, which means what exactly you are going to get from the campaign. So we are going to give 50 new brushes, meaning if I go here, you will be able to open the procedural dungeon tool. Maybe we will change the name. And here you will have, instead of 12, you will have 62 brushes. We like to call them brushes because they are not just rooms. You can go with areas, you can build forests, you can build cities and things like that. And this gives me the opportunity because it's the most common comment that we get on Facebook ads, like what's the difference with Dungeon Alchemist? I'm not really familiar with Dungeon Alchemist anymore, but one thing is certain, the difference is that we are a VTT and you can also play online. Like that's with all the respect to Dungeon Alchemist, which is an amazing software. Now, what we're saying basically is that we are going to give you 50 new brushes, which you already know how it works. You are able to draw rooms. You can go from the outside, meaning you will get the two new rooms connected with a door, or you can go from the inside and draw, and that will just make the room bigger. We
Sorry, Agis. Let me say that if you will see our YouTube channel, the tutorials are a little outdated because there are many new tools in the app. So whatever we say today, we announce today, we will try to keep track and make new tutorials and, so you can be more familiarized with these tools too, because it's a bit difficult, tricky at first, like for me, because I'm a new user, but it gets better, I promise. We will help
yeah.
you on that.
And who is gonna make these tutorials?
Me.
You. Thank you. All right. That's why you're here. That's
Yeah,
why you're here.
yeah.
So we are making sure that these brushes are coming with different styles. So, for instance, this kind of style has the wizard study, but also if you click here, you can get the bedroom style of this particular brush, right? So I personally created this, and I thought that okay, if wizards are live here and they use this place as their study, uh, they must sleep somewhere. So I created bedrooms for them. But also I created this beast that is called the library, um, where the wizards are going to study actually, because you need like a bigger thing. So the idea is that we are going to give 50 new brushes, right? Which will be either rooms or nature, like create whole forests, or they're going to be sci-fi, like this beast that Zotos has created. And we already include, and we will continue to include, brushes that Loki is creating. Oh my God, Loki Nubra, thank you. Thank you for everything. Um, so, for example, we have this city that you can go and create a cyber city, right? Let's go big. So 50 new brushes. But apart from that, we're going to give you the feature to create your own brushes. And the tool that we're going to give you is the exact same tool we use to create these brushes. Uh, the version that I'm going to show you, it's a little bit crude and in a demo state because when we created it, we haven't thought of that we're going to publish it. So it's a little bit crude and based on the uh, UI that we already
It
have.
makes sense
Well,
eventually.
yeah,
I mean,
it makes
uh,
sense. I'm
uh,
just saying that we're going to make look that we're going to make it look good
yeah,
before
yeah.
we give it to the to the general public.
Sorry, I guess we have a question. I don't know
Yeah.
if we have the answer, but I will ask anyway. Daniel asks, when you open a website on the new feature we'll have, it's gonna be on our default browser or just Edge like Microsoft suggests? Do you have any info about that?
The info is that basically it's our own browser, let's say.
Okay.
So it's a web viewer basically. It's a web viewer application within RPG Stories. I think that the best person to answer this question is Zotos,
Zotos,
not
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
but it's not like Chrome opens or Mozilla or Firefox or I'm not sure. Now, I assume that the question if it's secure.
Zotos is in the chat, so no worries.
No,
He
it's
got us.
there.
He got us.
Okay, you got it. All right, good,
Yeah.
good. So let's try to explain how we build these things. Uh, I've been using it for a while, and I think it's super easy. Obviously, you will understand that it can become very complicated or very simple. It depends on you and how far you want to go. Uh, but let's dive right into it. So I'm going to start by editing this one. So basically, this is the interface of the tool to create an auto brush. This is what you are going to see once you open it. We are going to make it look better. Some of the buttons here disappeared, some of the tools here, because we are not going to need them. So we got rid of them. And at the same time, you have these three buttons here. One says close, basically it's to get out of here and go back to the main app. This is to save your project. And this is to edit your brush and, pick a nice name, choose the category, add tags for your library search, a description, and then decide if you want to save it to your RPG stories or if you want to save it and upload it to Steam Workshop for others to download it. Same principle as with everything you can share through Steam Workshop. Now, these little cuties here that are called placement settings, let's call them placements. They're objects that you can move, as you can see, like any other object in RPG stories. And if you choose the placement setting and you open the object properties, you get the all the settings of this particular placement setting, the one that I've picked, right? So as you can see, this one represents the floors of the brush that you are gonna create. You can change that. You can say, I want it to represent the walls or objects or doors, but I've already created it as floors. And the next one, as you can see already, it represents the walls. And the next one represents the objects, right? Good. Now, these placement settings are editable, which means you can make them as long as you want. They can become enormous. You can reshape them, change the size, so that you are able to put as many placement markers as you want. Now, that means that this floor right now has this marker that, as you can see, this marker represents the center of the room or the area you're going to draw. This one represents the corners, this one the outer corner, this one the sides, this one the corridors, and this one the end of the corridors. So let's dive into it and create something very, very simple. I'm going to pick randomly, let's go with D&D since I'm not Zotos. and I know that when Zotos will stream, it will be sci-fi. So let me go with D&D. Let's pick this one, the Egyptian one, let's say. All right. So if
Sorry,
I go...
Agis,
Yeah.
when you open this tool, are those three placements already there? Or do I have to put them from the start?
So there is a default page when you open it where it has the floors, the object, the walls, and the doors. We haven't decided yet how we're going to deliver it and how many markers each one will have, how simple or complicated we're going to make it. Zotos has an idea to create two different default pages, one for advanced users, one for
Okay.
new users.
For beginners, yeah.
But if you want, you can delete everything and start placing them on your own and build your own style and the way you want to work on it. Plus, and that's the most important thing, is that you can download, and I was about to show it later, you can download from Steam Workshop another brush or take one of our own or whatever and duplicate it and then edit the one you already downloaded either from us or from Steam Workshop. So let's say that you like the one that I created, but you don't really like the walls, you would prefer something different, or let's say the torches that I added, you prefer another style. So you will be able to not only to open these auto brushes to your editor tool, but also change the ones that exist
Yeah,
and
yeah.
share them. And thus, as we say, create infinite worlds. That was a cool question. Thank you. So let's go back. I picked this floor. I'm going to put it at the center. And I'm also going to put it at the corners, outer corner, sides, corridor, end of corridor, which is basically all the possibilities that exist. And if I click save, now I can start building. And if I draw a square, what I'm going to get is just floors because that's what I've created so far. Now, um, let's exit this. If I come here and take out the floor from the center and hit save, as you see, it rebuilds what I've requested before. But now everything that could be considered the center doesn't have a floor because I've never added the floor. So only the sides and the corners have a floor.
Yeah.
Now, let's continue without putting the center floor back in. Now, by corridor, what we mean is a straight line, basically. So this is a corridor, and this one that I'm pointing out now, it's the end of the corridor. All right? So there you go. If I go with double line, it considers a room, and now we have everywhere because this line is the side, the left side, and this is the right side, so that's why we have floors. But if I go 3, you will see that in the middle, I don't have anything because the center doesn't have one. So if I hit escape, put it back, and hit save, it will rebuild everything with a floor at the center, right? Good.
And also,
Now,
you have to be careful not to misplace the floor because that was a common mistake I was doing in my first hours on RPG stories. It has to be in the center of the grid.
yeah.
Um,
So, and that's why we recommend to also have to always have the snapping tool on when you do these things. Now, if I take a placement marker from the placement of floors and I duplicate it, now I have 2 of them. And basically, what happens is that if I add another floor, let's take this light wooden, and I add it here. Now the system has 2 different floors to pick from. And by default, before I go to the settings and dive right into it and go down that rabbit hole, by default, basically what the system is going to do is going to pick randomly to, in some places, put that kind of floor, and in other places put that other floor. But without wanting to go really deep in this video, let's say, for instance, if I click this marker that has the wooden floor and I open the object properties, I can say that, hey, I want this to be placed only once. And I hit save, and now it will put it just one time per draw, basically. So once here and once here, randomly where. Now, we also have settings that control where this one thing is going to be placed, like take it further away from the walls, put it closer to the sides, but that's for another video. In order to delete what you've done, you can hold Shift and delete. So let me delete these things. Also, let me go back to the floors, delete these, and go to the walls. Now, same principle. I'm going to put a wall. Let's go with Egypt since that's what we've been doing. I'm going to also add a column. Let's pick that one. And now I'm going to put this, let's say, in the corners. Let me make the page a little bit more clear. There you go. Put a column here. This is for the sides. This is for the corridors. This little friend is for the end of the corridor. And now I have completed all the floors in a, obviously in a simple way, all the floors and all the walls. And if I hit save, now my brush is updated, and whenever I build, I get floors and walls with the style that I've decided I want to go with. And that's the easy part, basically. We are also considering of having some styles, some pre-made styles, like when you open the editor tool to be able to pick the style, like I wanted something Egyptian, and you get the walls and the floors ready.
So
But
I
this is it.
guess we have some tools on the left side, not now, to create walls and floors. They are not gonna be useful anymore with this tool.
Exactly. And that's why we say that these features are going to sunset soon,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
because what we wanted to do, and thank you, Zotos, for actually making it happen, is that everything that you build now with the brushes basically is an object that you can grab and move. It was something that you couldn't do with the previous tools,
Yeah.
right? Right. All right. So, and this is the object. Now, this is basically where it becomes complicated, because for the walls and the floors, things are pretty straightforward. Um, as you can imagine, if you ignore the walls and if you ignore the floors, you can play with the ground. Let's say you could have this ground from the beginning and never use the floors because you want everything to be in a grass. And at the same time, if you ignore the walls and you go only with objects, and you understand like the deeper functionalities of this tool, you can create whole cities, roads, um, forests, nature environments, and things like that. Add monsters, add whatever you want. Now let's make an example with the objects. I'm gonna start with something very simple that it won't really confuse people. I'm gonna pick a torch. Let's pick this one, and I'm going to say that this torch, I want to appear whenever I have a corner. So now in this dungeon that I've created, if I click save, wherever the system sees a corner, it will put the light that I
The
added.
torch, yeah.
And now I hear you say, why don't I have one here? The reason is because this is the end of the corridor. So in order to also have one there, you have to go back and add the torch here in this marker that represents the end of the corridor. And if I hit save, now you also got it here. Now, since I'm in Zoto's head, I'm going to delete this. And I'm going to bring it here so I don't go back and forth. Okay, let's create a room and
Nice.
another corridor. Let's say, there you go. All right.
What if I want more than a torch? A torch here,
Well,
something else in the other. I mean, I cannot have
yeah,
both.
yep. We'll go there. But let's start with what if I don't want a torch in every single corner.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So in that case, you have several ways to control these. The easiest one is to pick this marker that it's the corner, open the object properties and say, all right, put it just, if this is in 0, it means everywhere it sees a corner, it's going to put a torch. But you can say, add, let's say, 3 torches. So now that you've said you want 3, it will randomly pick 3 corners and add
Yeah.
these 3, right? Now, obviously, if I duplicate this, right, and I add in this particular corner, let's add a barrel. There you go. Now the system, every time it sees a corner, what it's going to do is that it will add a barrel
Yeah.
and also a torch. But as you can see, it didn't put 3 torches because basically at some point the system had to decide to put either a barrel or a torch. And it decided, okay, this time is going to be a barrel, or this time is going to be. So it gets randomized. The more you dive in the settings of either the marker itself that represent that location in the room that you're gonna, in the area, let's say, that you're gonna draw, the more ways you find to make this even better and more complicated, let's say, and more advanced. Uh, Apart from doing this from the marker, so for instance, I want to show one more thing that we really like is they use only this in this tile, which means if I click here and if the system decides and it's the time to throw a torch in that particular corner, nothing else can appear there. And that way you can control how many times more special objects will come up. So for instance, if you are creating, let's say, an altar, a church, and you want this church to have the statue of the god of that particular church, you can say, use this in this tile, place it only once, and you know that no matter what, in that corner, always you will be getting this statue.
Yeah.
So, it helps you create stories. And this is something we are proud of because we approach this and we are trying to approach this in a way that it doesn't just randomly throw things. Our brushes will tell a story. And we want to go down that road.
And this
Now,
is because we had some comments on social media that this is AI.
no, it's not.
That's the proof it's not AI.
No, it's not at all AI. Like,
Yeah.
it's the exact opposite. Like we, instead of doing it, we did it with coding. And I don't want to say something bad about Zotos. He worked over hours. He went above and beyond for this tool. But basically, it was created for users so that that I'm not a dev, and Antigone, that is not a dev, to be able to create these things.
Yeah.
And yeah. So no AI whatsoever. Now, I want to give an example because that was the biggest puzzle we had. I'm going to take a statue. Let's pick this one, add it here in this marker that basically, reminder, this marker represents the center of the room. And as I explained, the center of the room is whatever is not touching a corner or a wall. So now that I've placed that, if I hit save, what is going to happen is that the system is going to put a statue everywhere.
Center tile, yeah.
And this is something obviously you don't want. Now, I went with this extreme because I wanted to show what you can do. So let's start with the simple things that we already explained. You can come here and say, hey, put it only, let's say, 3 times, all right? So now the system knows that it's going to place it 3 times. But as you can see, I'm lucky actually, 2 things happen. First of all, this one is very close to the wall, and maybe what you wanted is to appear in the center of this room. And these 2 are pretty close to each other. So once we had to deal with these things, Zotos came up with some wonderful ideas. The first one was to click the placement settings, which basically controls all the objects, and say, hey, when you choose to add items, let's spread them a little bit. So that means 1 tile, 2 tiles, 3 tiles, 4 tiles. So if you go like with 3 tiles, basically what you achieve is that you're making sure that these will be an X amount of tiles away from each other. And the same thing with the padding amount, which what it does is make every statue disappear. Can you guess why?
Why?
Because the padding amount, what it does is that it tells the system, make sure that these things won't appear X tiles close to a wall.
Mm.
So it moves the objects away from the walls.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So since we didn't have like a big enough room, we didn't get the statue or a torch. But if I
Ah,
go
okay.
like this, even the torch that it's supposed to be here appeared here because I'm telling the system, like, put it away.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I hear you say that, and this is exactly how we ended up with this system because we were discussing these things daily with the devs. I hear you say, but I want my torch to be in a corner, and I also want my statues or the hundreds of items that I want to put there to appear further away from the walls. So that's why we allow you to copy paste the placement settings and have different layers of objects to treat these objects differently each time. So let's say you are going to use this placement for objects for things that are, let's call them decorations. And you're going to say, I don't care about this, keep it simple, put me torches in every corner. That's fine. I don't want barrels. So this one represents your decoration.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where I'm going to dive in and start, making small details that when you have statues, place them there. When you have X type of objects or more special objects, make them to appear once and closer to the walls.
So you are building these things in a different way. What things
Yeah,
you want to appear more frequently, and another placement for more
exactly.
special items. Okay.
Exactly. And the reason I'm not building these things is that I'm going now for the last 10 minutes open a completed brush uh, to showcase how all of these are done and how far away you can go. Um, One more thing I want to show is that you can also play around with a random amount, how many times it could appear. So this means 100%, but if you go here, it's 12%. So for
Mm-hmm.
each tile, the system rolls 12%. If it gets a number below 12, it will appear, the object will appear. So if you spend enough time, basically it's like a game on its own. I really like working with it personally, and I know that you have the same problem.
Yeah, and actually, Agis is an experienced DM, so his imagination is wild on how to build maps and where to put quests and
Yeah.
special items. This is a great tool, Agis. Actually, you can build infinite worlds, either for beginners, either for advanced users. Everybody can build something.
True. Let's show since we showed this one, let's go with this one. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna um, duplicate the. I'm allowed to? No, I'm not. Zotos, I break the. I broke the build.
Oh,
I broke the experimental build. I did it. Yeah,
it's
this
okay.
happens.
Just don't stop the streaming. Leave it
I'm
as
not.
it is.
I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I'm not going to. I'm gonna open
Be
RPG
patient.
Stories.
It's okay. It's on beta. Everything we see today, it's on beta, so it's allowed to.
Yeah, I know. And the funny thing is, I called Zotos anxious about the streaming, and it's like, is there anything I need to be super careful when I use this build in order not to break? And he said, nothing comes to mind. Like, I think it's stable, but I know what I did. I know what I did.
Nice. It's okay. It's okay.
Yep,
So,
it is.
as we said in the beginning, um, we will have more streams like that to, to show you some mini showcases of what the RPG stories is capable of, and what we will have after the campaign starts. I mean, we're gonna need some time to deliver everything, right?
Yep. The plan. Can you see RPG stories now?
No,
No, I have to stream again.
maybe, yeah.
Probably. Let me do that then. Uh,
Nice. Perfect.
nice. So the idea is to do exactly what we did with the previous campaign, the Wrath of Devs, is to since some things will be ready by the end of the campaign, like this tool, we can deliver this tool pretty soon. We will deliver the keys to everyone so that everyone has access to the key. They can go and activate it, and then we will go with monthly updates and giving all the promised feature little by little. That's basically the idea. So now I open this beast, which is
Wow.
the yeah, it's the white wizard study bedroom and library. Um, and as you can see, you can go really, really far away. Now, one thing that I didn't show you because I was waiting for this moment is this extra placement styles. We call them styles, which basically this one represent these categories here. The wizard study, which is this one,
Mm-hmm.
and the bedroom, which is this one, this red one here, and the library, which is this one. So you are not only able to create a brush, but by adding this red and connect it all the placement around this red placement, you get to name this placement and then end up with area room styles for this particular brush. So you create a brush that, let's say it's a forest, but you can go and create sub brushes or styles, as we like to call them, and say, I have the main forest, but I have the path, and I have the encounters with the monsters, and I also have a clearing in the forest, and I also have an ancient temple in the forest. So you can create as much as you want within a brush. And I know that, and I've seen, I don't know it, but I've seen from, especially from the ads we are showing right now, the more styles a brush has, the ad performs better. So it seems people prefer that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's show a few things. So let's say this is the wizard study. I'm going to draw one small room, well, not so small, but anyway. So as you can see, all these things follow certain rules in order for this to appear like this. And let's have a look. These are the floors that I'm using, pretty simple. I have an object placement that I only added the carpet. And the reason I went that way is because I wanted the carpet to appear once very far away from the walls so that usually it's at the center. I also wanted this to rotate. So sometimes it appears like this, sometimes like this, sometimes like this, sometimes like this. So I wanted it to be alone because I could go and create in these placement settings that the carpet belongs to very specific rules that I didn't want them to apply to all the rest of the objects.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went and created this object placement where basically what I said is these will be my decoration things, the shelves, a standard table because it's a study, um, some rooms that would appear in the walls, a statue or this thing at the end of the corridors. So
So
Every time,
basically, if you draw a room and you don't like it, but at the same time you don't have the time to do manually changes, do you want to show it, Agis? When you
yeah.
draw
So
a room and
basically,
you can change it.
you can redraw it. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So every time I click, you get a different result. So the more objects you add here in each placement, the more variety basically you will get.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, since maybe this will sound stupid, but since we are the company behind RPG Stories, we are trying to create brushes that are not super crazy, and that, this is the wizard study. So we're trying to stay a little bit low, but we hope people will start creating crazy things. Actually, whatever Lucky Nubra is creating is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, we might go as well a little bit crazy. But whenever you click, it gets redrawn, and it draws from the list objects to appear here.
Yeah.
Uh, and I have the third placement of objects where, as you can see, these markers are smaller than these ones. This one covers a bigger area. So that's another thing you can do, where basically this one represents the more rare things that could appear in this room. So they don't always come up, and it's a little bit harder for them to appear. Like I think the possibility is something like, yeah, 10% each.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if I go here and pick this placement, it's 82%. So that's why you almost always get shelves, you almost always get the desk, you get the carpet, but from this list, sometimes you might get one, sometimes not. I personally, that's not official. I like to call this object placement the quest items, like
Yeah.
the extra little thing that will bring to the DM an idea. Oh, this could be this one, or this could be this one. And since it's a study, I have a bunch of libraries that always appear next to a wall. And I also have this one for my lightning torches. These are the walls, pretty easy. And this little beast here is the variety of doors I have. Because
Yeah.
A, I wanted to test it.
Yeah.
B, I wanted to see, how many doors I can create. Now, let's show this. Once you draw the room, you don't get a door, but you can always go anywhere in the room. Let's go here. Hold control and add a door. And if you don't like that door, click again. And if you don't like, click again. So since this is a wizard, I want to create like a huge variety of doors with runes and books and different colors and different styles. So there you go.
The possibilities are endless. If you're
Yeah,
gonna
exactly.
make a brush
Yeah,
like this, it's a bit scary.
yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah.
it's not that hard. Like once you start building the basic stuff, like adding the things you want to be attached to the walls, and then you move on to things you want to appear at the center.
Mm-hmm.
You draw and you click save and you see what you've done wrong. Obviously, we're going to upload a lot of tutorials, and we're going to improve the UI so that it's easier. So for instance, the UI will have pop-ups explaining
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
how every little thing works. But it's pretty easy once you understand it. It took me a week. Like the learning curve for me was actually less than a week. But it's not fair because I'm the
You
guy
are,
behind
yeah.
the story. Uh, Zotos said to me, "It's easy, don't worry," and he was 100% true. And the guy created this beast. So
One question, Agis. Maybe tricky, I don't know. If I wanna draw a room in the upper level, can I make it to recognize that it's in the first floor and add a staircase?
yes. And now you hit me where it hurts.
I know, I know.
But yeah, let's clear this up. We have in our heads with Zotos a very clear list of things we want to improve for RPG stories that we're not mentioning in the campaign at all, because we will do them either way. It's part of the active development, right? One of these things is to improve the stairs, add more doors, make them to be easily adjustable with the snapping tool, with the next floor levels and things like that. So thanks for asking. All right,
It
I'm
was
sure people that watch this thing probably have a lot of questions. And I know that Zotos is also planning after Easter to start streaming and showcasing the Autobrush tool.
nice.
Um, but I guess this is it for today. For anyone watching, please go follow the campaign. It means the world to us. We've come so far because of your help, and we will continue the active development no matter what, even if this campaign is not super successful or if it's partially successful. But your help is what is keeping us alive. And with all these new features, basically, we feel like we are creating something very, very big. Like this is a 3D world builder that where you can build really fast. And as people comment in our ads, like Dungeon Alchemist, if you want to call it that, all right, like Dungeon Alchemist. But at the same time, you can play online, and now you will be able to have your character sheets from anywhere you like, any character sheet you like. So I say it's time for people to meet RPG Stories. Follow the campaign, spread the word, spread this video, and we will continue that we have Andy Oni with us. Um,
Yay.
because as devs and as directors are too lazy or too overworked to stream, but since she arrived, things are easier. So I want to thank her for building this stream and the scenario and the script and all the OBS things that I don't understand because I'm old.
Come on. You make brasses on RPG stories.
Yeah, it
It's much
depends if I want
difficult.
to do something or not. Yeah.
Okay, one question I guess because a brand new member on the team, and thanks for that. Um, does it worth it? I mean, you're a small team. It's we have another application which does the same from a bigger company, more people. For you, does it worth it?
Well, the way I see it, does it worth it? Obviously, it worth it because uh, when I es- when I met the other guys, and especially Zotos, we didn't know each other. Like Zotos was introduced to me by a friend as a very good developer, and he immediately believed in the project. Um, so we've become best friends. We've been working on it. We've met wonderful people through the community. I don't want to start naming each and every one of them because I might forget someone and it will be embarrassing. But uh, you get all this love, and it's been great. And we've managed. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, but from all the 3D world builders VTTs that came out on Kickstarter, we are probably the most underfunded because, especially back then, our marketing skills were pretty bad. And with that small budget, we've managed to come to this point where we can provide everything. Plus, um, there are big, obviously, there are bigger companies out there. I think that Tailspire, for instance, is an amazing software. Obviously, Dungeon Alchemist is an amazing software. We have a different approach. We want to give the strength to the community to create anything. And if anyone is part of our Discord server, will see that whenever we get a request, we immediately try to implement it somehow in our pipeline and in our task manager. And that's basically what we're hoping for, that after proving all these years that we are not going anywhere, and we continue building, with all the honesty in the world, we hope that at some point we will get the funds to become like a bigger company than stay in a small company, right? Like other companies had, because they had better products, maybe better marketing, better whatever you want.
No,
So
but
we want to be like them.
it's a finished product. I mean, you can build maps, you can play on it. I mean,
Yeah, you almost died yesterday
yeah,
playing
thank you.
with RPG.
I'm that kind of player.
She decided to. We were playing D&D, and for people who know about old school D&D, it was also second edition,
Yeah.
and she decided at level 1 to go through a sanctuary where a devil was,
Yeah, as a
figuring out.
gnome, like I don't
Yeah, yeah,
know, a
yeah.
very
But
small creature.
anyway, yeah. So at her first experience playing online in RPG Stories, she almost died. But yeah, you did it.
Yeah,
Well
yeah,
done.
yeah. I managed.
So yeah, definitely worth it. And it's our dream, and we're not giving up, and everything
Yeah.
goes pretty well for us. So let's hope that this campaign will explode. We're gonna have a lot of stretch goals in this campaign, and a lot of ideas. And if we get the funds, we'll be adding more and more and more and more. So
Yeah. And
spread the word,
go
and
to the social media, guys, because your voice matters, especially on Discord. Like I said, whatever idea you have, or you see something that doesn't work properly on your mind, just say it. We will watch it, we will see it, we will add it eventually. I
yeah,
mean,
as
it's the
the
community that builds apps like that.
yeah, exactly. As the London Tube says in the announcement, see it, say it, sort it. So yeah, that's the goal. All right, this is it, guys. Follow the campaign. The link is in the description. Share this video, like, comment, subscribe, and a little secret before we say goodbye. For any Greeks that are in this live stream, I've met Adigoni because I was watching her YouTube video. That it's a Greek YouTube video. She speaks Greek in her
Yeah.
YouTube video. And I said, oh, she knows what she's talking about. She's reviewing games, D&D products, TTRPG products. She's amazing. So if you speak Greek, I say you give her a follow. If you want to learn Greek, or if you're learning Greek, you could also give her a follow.
No.
Uh,
I'm not.
because she's amazing.
Thank you, Agis. Thank you.
All right. And
Uh,
she's a Greek internet celebrity.
yeah, of course. I'm famous. I'm the Lady Gaga of Greece. Okay,
All right.
guys. See you next week. We will give you announcements through the social media, so we will be in touch. Bye bye.
Thank you very much. Bye, all.